I'm really bad at this. What's the screenshot shortcut again? So hard to say.
Command Shift 4.
Okay, Command Shift 4. Everybody smile. Wait a minute. Dang it. I wasn't ready for that.
You can do Command Shift 4, and then you hit spacebar, and then you can just do one window. Just do the whole window.
Oh, and spacebar. Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3. That didn't do it.
Yeah, you do Command Shift 4, and it puts it into screenshot mode. You get a little camera, and then you hit hit the spacebar, and then you just you can hover over that one window, and then.
Oh, I see. Okay, now smile. I did it. I got one.
Nice.
I'm really okay, but let's do one more because Andrew looks really confused.
What?
Command Shift 4 spacebar. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, you are all perfect. Thanks for letting me do that. I love you. Okay, who wants to kick off demos?
I can start.
Perfect. Thank you.
So let me share my screen. All right. So let's go. Actually, let me see what branch. Okay, I'm in the right branch. Okay. So let me do this. So basically, we had to fix the list. And what Lily and I did was, so one thing that I fixed was added the scroll so that instead of the list going behind the navigation bar, I added a height and a scroll so that this works. And then when you click on this, this is how the model pops up. And we have the last purchase, the next purchase, and previously purchased. That's Lily did the styling for that one. And we did the colors, but for the colors, I would have to update the list items so that we can see the colors. So let me just do that real quick.
Luca gave me a token too that has a really nice list of tons of colors on it.
I can use that too.
Let me go find it. It is in Slack. Okay, Lucky. Actually, I'll just copy and paste it into the chat here.
There you go.
What am I doing?
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
Oh, you need, local storage. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you send it on Zoom?
I don't see it, Stacy.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said, there you go, Andrew. I thought you sent it. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, it's here. I found it.
Yeah, perfect. I heard you go, there it is. And I was like, oh, okay, he sent it.
Okay, there.
Oh, so pretty.
This is how it will look. And again, if you click on it, this is what we did. And right now you can see that there's no navigation at the bottom. So this is what I fixed in one of my PRs. So if I refresh the page, the navigation would show up. But if you just started a new list or just joined a new list, the navigation was not showing up. And then the other things that I fixed was that if I click here, nothing will work. But if I click here, then I go back. Then I will go back. So I fixed that. So in the new PR, that if a user clicks here, even then the user will be able to navigate between those. So those are the changes we did this week.
Amazing. And this looks so beautiful.
Thank you. That was mainly
nice work,
Lily.
So good. And really great job on that damage control. That's super awesome to see you being proactive and going and fixing those things last minute and not letting them sit. Amazing.
I think it was easy. I think it was easy and really noticeable because I was the one who created them in the first place. Yeah. So I was able to be oh yeah. So, but yeah, thank you.
But I love that you created issues and not just the PRs. So there was an issue to track the change and then a PR to close it, which was.
I love that.
Perfect.
It's amazing. That was one of the things that I was going to say, Collab Lab, this is the last week, but you're totally welcome to continue working on it and making changes, filing bugs in GitHub, putting feature requests in and building them, whatever you want to do. So I love seeing that you're creating these GitHub issues, because it'll be the exact same process if you want to do any of those other things too.
Yeah, and actually, so the Firebase database will it's set up to expire at like a week from now. But if you wanted to continue working on the app past that, you could just set up your own Firebase account or something, and then copy the credentials into your repo and keep going with it if you want.
I love it. Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, good job. Well done.
Anything else on that? So good. I love the color palette so much.
Mm-hmm.
It makes my heart happy.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell them how we got our color palette?
Please do.
Shaji, what was the name? It's colors with 2 O's, right?
Yes.
Would it let you just hit the space bar and change like color palettes? So we just did that for a while until we were like, ooh, we all like that one.
That's great.
Cool.
I like that.
I love that.
It was great.
Did you guys find that you had like a fairly simple time like agreeing on everything and coming up with like the scheme that you wanted to use like outside of just the colors, like the styling? How did you manage that?
Yeah.
Did you be like, do you all like this, or did you just kind of like roll with whatever was in there?
Yeah, I want to hear more a little bit about your Monday meeting when y'all got together,
Mm-hmm.
and how that went and how you worked together. We giggled a lot.
Oh.
Anybody else?
I think it wasn't. Sorry, go ahead. I think we all were pretty flexible on the stylings. I think nobody had a particular style in mind where, okay, this is what we have to do. So it was easy to decide, okay, for colors, for example, nobody knew, nobody had a specific color in mind. So we were just like, okay, let's just do spacebar, and whatever color everybody liked, we just picked those. So yeah, I don't think we had any specific, so it was easier that way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think we also all wish we had a designer. And like,
Yeah.
I like that.
That is good. I wonder if it would be helpful to have like somebody give us some guidance on like how to best design when you're not a designer, like some simple steps, like a quick like one pager on like a process that you could follow if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think to a certain extent we were like, where do we start?
Mm-hmm.
Like we got our color scheme. That one was pretty easy. And we were like, okay, let's pick a font. And I think we did that. But then it was sort of like, So
I saw someone like a series of tweets recently where they talked about kind of a really lightweight process if you're not kind of a designer or something. So I could try to go back and find that, and we could like maybe at the beginning, like with 2 weeks to go or whatever, just kind of like run through that with the group or something, and just
that'd be cool.
as a way to do it. Yeah.
Y'all, I killed at least 6 hours this weekend going like in every direction trying to come up with the design, and like not planning anything in advance, just being like, I'll just code it all at the same time. And then like had these beautiful little confetti designs, like a couple different variations of them that I was trying to like sprinkle on the background of the page, but also make responsive and also make so it's not covering up any text. And it was like this big jumbled mess. And after like fighting with it for so long, I just deleted all the sprinkles. I was like, never mind on those. We're going with a simpler design. But I was like, I tell everybody like plan first. And I didn't do it. Why? Learning, always learning. So anyway, amazing job. This app is so incredible. The code is beautiful. The design is solid. And the colors are so cute. I love them.
We have another demo to do. It's gonna blow your mind.
We do. Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go show what Ali and I did this week.
Oh.
hey, Lemons.
I love it.
I will say this is still the I need to fix something on this still, but we're getting
Okay, but it looks cool. Looks really,
It
really
looks
Yeah, I like
great.
it too.
Oh, the
So
picture's
yeah,
perfect for the colors you picked.
Ali and I worked on welcome page and also add item form. So this is how the welcome page looks, and as we like join token and go to add item,
I
we
like that.
This looks so good.
we added like input radio buttons to select time.
Mm-hmm.
There is something I need to fix, but so for some reason Tailwind doesn't have like focus utility on radio buttons. So as you click it, it doesn't stay focused.
It does on mobile though, right?
On mobile it works, yeah. Which is weird.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my gosh, I love the way that
Nice.
looks. It's so cute. What does that little arrow do?
Oh, yeah, I commented out the previous select tag because I wanted to make sure that everybody likes this, and then I would delete that comment, and I think it would disappear. It's from the select tag.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's basically it. I mean, it's fully responsive also. Going back to welcome page.
There's a massive castle thing here that I'm in. Oh, is it by the giant wall, like the giant people? Except boy.
Yeah,
This is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool.
Ali, if you want to add something, I don't know. No? Okay, yeah, that's it.
Amazing work.
Yep, great job.
It looks really good. Congratulations.
Oh,
y'all.
good. I love it. Another thing that I would encourage you all to do while it's still fresh in your mind is do like a product demo of it so that you can stick that into your portfolios. You could do like we've got a new product demo coming out that Jen just did that's really amazing. You can kind of use that to model what you do. You can also jump into the code and like walk through what's happening in the code on video as well, and stick that in your portfolios on Twitter.
Yeah.
Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is that I also added this confirmation message as you add new item to the list. But I created a separate PR for that, and it still needs to be merged. But so as you add a new item, there is a model that pops up with the success message that new item was added.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is something I noticed when I was adding items. I was like, oh, okay, I guess it went, but I wasn't sure, you know, because it didn't give me any kind of confirmation. But yeah, that's good. Cool.
Cool. You all were so proactive about tackling those little things that you noticed like that. So good.
I love it.
Look, I did have another comment. I forgot. The image will actually, or should, when we merge everything, pop behind the other components as well. So it should show up behind the list too. So our background image should be our background throughout the app when we're done.
Okay.
Awesome.
Luca, can you go back to the list?
Next to
Sure.
So the only other thing I noticed is like if you ran accessibility insights on this, it would probably tell you that the contrasts are too low on the text and the backgrounds, right? So you might think about, I mean, I think for most of those, except for the yellow, like you could use a white text or something, and it would just be a little bit easier for people to see.
Isn't this like changed in the other code though, like in the other team's code?
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Okay.
It's got like the softer colors and stuff. I noticed that too whenever I like first saw the screenshot of this come through. I was like, ooh, that's going to be rough on accessibility insights. That's why I made that note. And
Yeah.
then I saw the other PR and I was like, oh, look at these colors. They're amazing.
Okay, great. Cool.
So,
Perfect.
great work, everybody.
Nice job. Well done.
Okay. So good. Great teamwork. Great hustle last week. So when you met on Monday, it seems like you decided to just kind of stay in the pairs that you were assigned and split the issues.
Yeah.
Was there any
right.
kind of like discussion around different ways to do that? Or did you think that the way you did it worked? I'm kind of trying to get an idea for like what we should suggest to like future cohorts. Because like we've had people in the past be like, we're going to look at all these issues as a group, we're going to meet and then we're all individually going to take them, or we're all going to like mob program as 4 on every single one. Do you think like what you did was good, worked well?
I think it helped to get like the backbone of everything kind of decided, like the theme and the colors and that. But I feel like it might have helped to have like a little bit more time, just because I feel like towards the end we're kind of not sure if like either pair's styles kind of work together, and we kind of did a lot of last minute stuff. So
like maybe if you were working on the same branch or something,
maybe
individual pairs, but like pulling and pushing from the same branch. So you could be like, oh, what are they working on right now? And just pull it down or something.
Yeah, that's nice, because then at any point when you're doing like a preview URL or something, you would see all the changes integrated with each other. It would make merging simpler at the end too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I kind of like that idea. I might suggest that for my next cohort.
Yeah.
Amazing work. Okay.
Oh,
go ahead.
I noticed was like, I think there were like we were going off the already created issues, but I think yesterday I noticed like, oh, there's some stuff that we had, like the delete modal, for example, wasn't styled, that wasn't in there, and I think we all kind of forgot about it. So just like little other parts of the app that weren't explicitly put in the middle or put in the issues.
Oh, that's a really good point.
I noticed a couple other things that weren't styled, like or messages in places. So I need to go through and make sure like because I think we added some smaller components here and there that aren't necessarily mentioned in the issues from the beginning.
If you think of that during our retro today, let's make sure we add that to our last column where we have like our follow-up items. That would be a really good place to jot down those notes.
Yeah, and like depending on how y'all built the app, because like everybody builds it so differently, there could be different views and different modals and stuff that we wouldn't even know to include because they haven't been built yet. So maybe like a kind of in the planning portion of this last week, we're like, all right, let's look through the app and make sure we're like noting everything that needs to be styled.
Yeah, I've never been fully happy with those the stories for the last, like, make it pretty is like just such a cop out. I wrote it. So maybe something where it's more like generate a list of the issues of like it'd be kind of like put the responsibility a little bit back on the team to like you create the issues because you know the app really well and you may have done things differently than previous groups.
I like that.
We need to style this, we need to style that,
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we could give some like direction to like there could literally be an issue that's like go create more issues, and like in that issue be like decide on a style and like document that in an issue or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's very collaborative and I love it. Okay, anything else on this beautiful product, or should we jump into retro? All right, retro time it is then. Let me share my screen.
So I put the link in the chat, in the Zoom chat, so everyone should have it.
Well, in that case, I don't think that I need to share my screen actually, even though I just said share my screen. Okay, I will go over this though. So we're gonna do like we've always done, appreciations, what went well, what kept us from making progress, or what could we do better next sprint. These, obviously we don't have a next sprint, but if you wanna kind of approach these on things that we could do as a program to improve, or things that you think you and your teammates could do, like going forward in your dev roles, whatever you think there could be improved. And then a column on what is next for you. I'm sure you all have big, amazing things coming up, and we want to make sure we're supporting you in every way that we can. So we want to hear about them. So take a little time to kind of jot down what's happening next.
Oh, okay. So
and we'll
yeah,
discuss.
everybody will-
Everybody ready?
I don't know what
I'm gonna stop my share. We will come back in 7 minutes. Does that work?
Works for me.
Okay, so we will be back at 10:30. Ready, set, go. This is a 1-minute check-in. Please let me know if you need more time.
No, don't have to.
All right. Anybody still need more time? Everybody good to go? I see all the faces popping up on the screen. Yes. Luca and Lily. Looks like we're good, except for maybe Luca, but you can finish up while we're kind of kicking around. Okay, so I will go ahead and share my screen again. Can you all hear me? It feels weird.
Yeah,
I can't hear
you
anybody.
sound
Okay, I was like,
And just do a hard
That seems like a
refresh of
stretch.
the board to make sure you
Gotcha.
have everything.
will do. Good call. Okay, share and hard refresh. It's thinking, okay. All right, everybody ready? Let me get you in grid mode so I can see a little better. There you are. Okay. We will kick it off appreciations starting with Allie.
I just, wow. I could talk forever about how amazing this whole thing has been. My confidence levels at being able to not just write code, but present it and, you know, push things and it not having everything break. It's just, or having it break and then fixing it, that's okay too. It's just, it's so nice to have a place where we can fail. Awfully.
Amazing.
So,
Yay.
thank you.
That makes my
Critical.
heart soar. Thank you. Lily.
Yeah, I mean, same sentiment. I kind of mentioned this like a couple times before, but like my last group environment in a boot camp was like actually fairly toxic, and I would like really hate going to stand-ups, and like it was just terrible. So really appreciate like the supportive environment and how helpful you all were, and like yeah, just really enjoyed the entire.
I love it. Perfect. Shashia.
I think even though I haven't written that down, but I completely agree with Lily and Allie. This was amazing, and I feel more confident in collaboration now, which because I haven't had that experience yet. So this was super fun doing that. And the meeting earlier this week that we did, the four of us, it was amazing, and I wish we had done more of that because it was super fun. And again, for Lily for jumping in and started working on the issue. Yeah.
Love it. So good. Adrian.
Well, I kind of picking up from that, I just really feel like y'all embody some values that I particularly value. And I wanted to call out positivity, encouragement, and responsibility. It's really been amazing to hear how positive y'all are week after week. In the face of any challenge or ambiguity, you approach it with positivity, and that will serve you well throughout your career. People want to work with positive people. People want to work with people who are able to maintain that in the face of challenge or ambiguity. So I think it's really special and really precious. You also really look for ways to encourage and support each other, not just in the format that's provided for you in like this framework where you're explicitly saying encouraging and positive and grateful simple things, but throughout your teamwork, you look for ways to build each other up, and that's really crucial. And then finally, responsibility is a value that I really hold dear, that I feel like you've all embodied. If you've ever heard of the campfire rule, it's you leave the place better than you found it. You pack out any of your own trash, but you also leave it nicer. I think every single one of you did that over and over again. Like, if you saw something you could clean up, you didn't wait to be told. You were proactive. You just did it, and ultimately made a better project and left it a lot better than you would have found it. So I love that, and I would personally love to work with any of you. You're amazing, and this was an awesome experience.
I love it. And one more from Adrian.
Have a fun screen time.
And Shazia, I just feel like I wanted to call you out particularly because you always ask really great questions, especially early in the program. I feel like the good, clear, detailed questions that you asked help set us up for later success. So thank you for not being afraid to say, like, this doesn't make sense to me, or this needs more clarity. I think we all benefited from it.
Luca, sorry.
Yeah, kind of a lot I wrote there, but yeah, I just would like to thank you all for having me on the program. Even though I joined a little bit late, everyone was super supportive and welcome, and you all took extra miles to provide supportive onboarding experience. So thank you so much for that. I also would like to mention how lucky I am that I worked with all of you, and with Lily, Sadia, Ali. I learned so much from you all, and I really, really appreciate the knowledge you shared with me, and thank you all.
Yeah, oh, that's amazing.
You love it. Andrew.
Yeah, I don't even, it like totally left my mind that you started a week in, Luca. Like, I just like, oh, of course, Luca's always been here. He's just so part of the group. So yeah, I really appreciate, I always appreciate just how much time and effort everyone puts in. You know, it's like you're all choosing to be here and do this together, and it's just amazing to see every time that we run one of these groups. I especially appreciate about this group just how you all share credit with each other. You're so just like kind of gracious with each other, and humble, and you know, even down to like, it's even reflected in the fact that you put a photo credit on the photo. It's just so, you're just so thoughtful. It's really, really amazing. It's great. And then Stacey and Adrian, you're both just, you know, the amount of love you put into this team, it's just so great. You're really the best. It's been wonderful to work with you, and you know, we'll do it again at some point.
And then
I love it. Thank you. Ali.
I just want to repeat my, like, I know Adrian said it too. Everyone is so positive, and not that, like, it constructively positive. But to be specific, because sometimes you can be positive that's not really positive. But anyway, and Shaji just had some great links to share this week. That's all.
So good. Okay, Stacy, that's me. I appreciate you all for being so dedicated, especially when going gets rough. And I think we all in some way stumbled on life throughout this cohort, and we all showed up and did amazing things together, and we're great team players. There were times when like people were sick or had work to deal with, and it seemed like as a team, like you all really pulled through, and I appreciate you all being there for each other, and like Andrew was saying, being humble and gracious with each other and just being a solid team. It was incredible. I also appreciate all the amazing questions. You all gave us a lot of things that we can improve in the program to make it better for future cohorts, and that's like really important to me, and I super appreciate it. So thank you for that. Okay, so much appreciation, so much love, so many good things. Now, what went well? Starting with Lily.
Yeah, I really, really just liked the learning modules, especially from last week, because I browse, like, I don't know, I follow like some technical content on like Twitter, and I feel like I'm seeing the word like ally with the 11 a lot now, and I'm like, huh, I never knew what it meant before, but yeah, just really appreciated like the accessibility lecture and just all the other learning modules.
I love it. That's good to hear. Luca.
Yeah, I would like to echo what Lily said, because learning modules were so helpful and so inspiring, because I never had experience on making apps accessible, or I didn't have that much knowledge to do that. So it's really amazing to have that information. Not only accessibility, but also code review learning module was really helpful. And yeah, thank you for that as well. Just in general, I think throughout the program, collaboration, pair programming, and communication was at the highest level. And that's because, again, that you are all amazing, and also this learning modules made it super helpful to do that.
Oh, I love to hear that. Shashia.
Yeah.
I think I would just echo what I said earlier, that the group meeting this week was the highlight of the week. It was super fun. And yeah.
I love to hear how much fun you all had on that meeting, and I wish I was there. I'm having so much FOMO about it.
Oh, no.
Okay, Andrew.
Well, I mean, what went well is that you did it. You built an app in 8 weeks, so that's amazing. And then you all just work so well together. It's really just fun to watch, and especially just how open and openly you communicate in the channel. I think you're proactive. You're you're kind of sharing the status of things and kind of asking for help and all those kinds of things. So, as Adrian said, I mean, you're all just superstars, and hopefully, we get to work together in the setting where you're getting paid for it at some point in the future.
Yes, that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Adrian.
So I really care about teams and systems, and I wanted to call out the resilience of this team, and to say that something that went well throughout the entire cohort was just your ability to roll with things, to figure it out, to be flexible in the face of change and challenge. Not only did Luca start a week in, but I believe Lily started a few days into the program as well. Like, she wasn't part of the original set 4. So I think Lily missed like that first kickoff call. Luca came in a week later. One of the folks we started with actually left to go get a new job. And so he had intended to be part of the cohort, but wasn't. I think many of us were sick a few times and had to lean on our partner that week to help us out. I was gone for a few weeks. This is real life. This is what it's really like on real teams, because this is a real team. You really worked on a real software team for 8 weeks to build a real usable deployed app. And you showed that when the going gets tough, in many different ways, you can do it. So I want you to take this experience into the future and remember this experience, remember this team, and know that you can do this, that you have done this, that you actually worked with a real healthy team with real healthy practices to do a real thing. And so when you are on a team, as Lily mentioned, that maybe doesn't give you this, you can remember and you can say, there is a better way, and I deserve better. And you can ask for better, and you can demand better, because you deserve it. And you've seen what can come out of working working in a healthy way. Like, you've seen how amazing that is. So remember this, don't lose that feeling. Yeah, because you did it together, and it's really, really, really awesome. And I'm in awe of the resilience of this team. So that's what I wanted to say went really well for 8 weeks.
Something in my eye, I don't, but.
That filled my heart so much. I'm not crying, you're crying. That just filled me with so much life. I love that. Thank you so much for all of those amazing words, Adrian. You're incredible. Thank you. Allie.
We get to follow that. Here, all I'm going to say is that the group meeting for styling was a whole lot of fun, and the pairing on CSS went smoother than I would have thought. Because yeah, and now I'm gonna go find a Kleenex.
Oh,
Right, same. Find me one too, please. Thank you. Okay, Lily.
Yeah, I think the group meeting was a lot of fun and went smoother than expected. I think if we didn't have it, I probably would have procrastinated even further on styling because I don't tend to avoid it. So yeah.
I love
those meetings are
about
not
this
fun
meeting.
if the group is toxic. You know what I mean? Like the thing that Adrian's talking about. Like if you're, I mean, Lily, you know, from your boot camp experience, like you're like, oh, that group meeting, like, you don't want to go, you know? So, yeah. So a testament to all of you that was a fun meeting.
Seriously, I'm like, I want to be on all those meetings. We should have had all group meetings, every single one of them. Okay, Stacy, it's me again. Okay, so a lot of my perspective comes from how we managed other cohorts in the past, and you all stood out so much. You were so incredible. And one of the things that I think went really well is that you all seemed to have like a certain level of technical chops. And again, you asked incredible questions early on, which made me feel like you were all very self-sufficient. Like I was mentioning when we got on this call, it kind of felt like you were all just kind of doing it, and I was just here for high fives. Like, you're so technically advanced, and I'm so proud of you. You should be like, for sure, building these products together as a team, selling them, making lots of money on them. You're incredible. So good technical skills, good questions. Your demos were always an absolute dream. Like, I think that that is one of your greatest strengths. Like, every single one of you did incredible demos, and that's something that is going to really help you shine going forward in your dev careers. And the teamwork here was super duper solid. You all worked so well together. Hearing about this meeting that happened on Monday is all a testament to how well you work together and how much fun you have together and how supportive you all are of each other. So amazing teamwork. Great job. So many things went well. I could go on. I will not. And we will move right on to what things kept us from making progress and what we could do better next time. And again, there kind of isn't going to be a next time for this here, but there will be in life, and there will be for other cohorts. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say. We will kick it off with Lily.
I mean, I feel like every week has been like feeling smooth, but still could do a better job of just working on the issues a little bit earlier to avoid the last minute rush and get like the code reviews in.
I love it. Luca.
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm so sad that our cohort ends. Yeah, we talked about this when we met this week separately also, but so sad, really.
Same, hard same. Allie.
I mean, mine is mostly about myself. I just wish I wish at the beginning of the program I'd sort of set a schedule for when I was going to work on this so that it was there and in my schedule, and I knew it, you know, because I was sort of all jumbled, and I'd work on it here and I'd work on it there, and then it would be Thursday. So yeah,
I love that one. I need to do that for me too. Same. Shazia.
I think just what Lily and Ali said, this week it could have done much better. It started working earlier, pretty much like all the other weeks. If I would have set schedule, like Ali said, it would have been a much more easy. I think the first few weeks we were all submitting our PRs by Wednesday, but slowly it became Thursday and Friday, and then we would do it. But as far as I think we did the work, but it would have been like better if we had done it like earlier. So yeah.
I love it. Andrew.
Yeah, I mostly put this card in here so we don't forget what we talked about a little bit earlier in the meeting, which is just that, you know, those last couple of weeks, like I think we need to do a little work on the stories there. And, you know, I really like that idea of kind of sharing a lightweight process for how you come up with your design and then putting the responsibility on the team to actually kind of write the issues out to make it happen. So we'll do that next time.
Yes, love it. And Stacy. As some of you had mentioned, I'm unmuted, right? Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Getting the PRs in earlier is going to be really helpful. And again, there will be no PRs for this cohort necessarily as part of the cohort, but if you want to submit more, you can do it and we will review them. But this is something that's really going to come in handy, like in your future dev roles. Like we've talked about it before, the coding is such a small piece of the puzzle, and the like feedback loops and getting the PRs like beautifully documented and stuff is so much more of a chunk of time than you would ever imagine. Like, why does that take so much time? But it totally does. And so if you can even get in like draft PRs or something early on so that your team can like be in the know of what's going on, it's going to be like a big leg up. So early PRs, early work schedules, like we talked about. And as Andrew mentioned, figure out a more solid way to approach those last couple weeks of styling. I think there's so many ways we could do it, and I'm excited to see what we come up with. So thank you for the feedback there. Okay, what is next for you, Lily?
I'm going to go to Santa Cruz for a couple months to live with one of my friends who's I think we're both just kind of needing like a new environment. So it kind of coincided with like, I'll also be starting the new job like second week of August. So yeah, pretty excited for that. And then also I would love to either mentor or like just keep in touch with bootcamp grads and also with this program also.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, 1,000 times yes, Lily, please. That sounds amazing. I'm excited for you to be in Santa Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll pop down and see you. Okay, Luca.
Yeah, so other than keep looking for a job, I would like to stay in touch and support this program as much as I can, and just help throughout entire my career and like support this program. And I'm also considering to move in Berlin, Germany. And if right opportunity comes up, or when right opportunity comes up, I'll move there most likely. So
wow, nice. When do you think that would happen?
Andrew's put his feelers out.
Well,
for October.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, if you want, you could be an assistant mentor for a team that kicks off in October if you're already in Berlin, because we're gonna have a Europe.
I would love to. I would love to.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually planning to ask that, because if I move to Europe, I can totally be able to help.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
And Luca, I do have two very close friends who I've stayed with in Berlin, who are both developers, and so I have some contacts there. One works at SoundCloud, and the other worked for Mozilla. So yeah, we can keep
that's
talking
really
about
amazing.
that.
Yes, please. I would love to meet everyone.
Oh. This whole conversation is everything that I love most. So excited for you, Luca. That sounds incredible. Shashia.
Outside of work, I just have a bunch of technical and non-technical write articles that I'm working on. But yeah.
That's cool.
That's exciting. Share them with us so that we can blast them out and get them out to the world. I love that.
Definitely.
Allie.
I'll be looking for work. Full part-time contract. I'm actually not all that particular. Otherwise, I'll be looking for, working on my blog. I've created a few tutorials in the past. I want to do some more. Now that we've done these videos and I've gotten better at demos, I want to do some video demos. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking for ways to give back. So please let me know what help you need, because this was so much fun and I don't want to leave. And then I'm looking for ways to mentor and tutor bootcamp students. There's a couple of programs online I found. So
I love it. I love hearing about all this giving back. It's everything that I love most in life.
I also wanted to say I love teaching. I actually have everything but the degree. I did everything but student teaching. So I have taught, I have been a substitute teacher. So I taught high school substitutes. Yeah, that was fun. But anyway, so yeah, I love teaching. So if you hear about anything or you need me for that, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Thank you
That's
so
great.
much. You're incredible. You would do an amazing job teaching people how to code. You're the best.
Yeah, actually, we might take you up on that, because I feel like I saw some criticism on Twitter of boot camps in general, because they're usually just like developers who are like, oh, I want to teach people how to code. And they're not people with education backgrounds, right? So I have an education background, but it's from a long time ago, and it wasn't actually teaching as much as more like human development kind of stuff. So it'd be great to have you kind of get in and look at the program.
I went to Purdue, and then I did everything but getting my teaching license because I couldn't afford to student teach. I had to actually, go make money. So I did substitute teaching instead. I covered maternity leaves. So.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, so much coming up. So in a week, we are going to kick off 3 teams all at the same time for the first time. So we had been staggering the teams, and then we decided, it's actually probably simpler to administer when we kick them off at the same time. But it does mean we have 12 new participants and 9 mentors all going all at once. So it's, they have a channel for where everybody's in there together, and there's like so much more activity, and it's like, okay, this is like going to turn into like a real side job. So, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's already looks like it's going to be great. October, we're not only going to try to do the Europe Africa team, but I now have mentors lined up that we're going to do a Latin America Spanish language team. Isn't that amazing? So cool. So that's really fun. But I also want to do a US based one, and then I probably also want to do like the level 2 one. So we might have 4 teams starting in October. If we can. Anyway, so I wanted to let you know that there are some training opportunities that are going to be coming up. So I think so we're going to kick off the next group next week, and then the following week we're going to have a training with an actor and voice coach to help you with like confidence in interview settings and stuff. So and then there's actually going to be the opportunity to get individual coaching with her as well. So that's the first thing that's coming up. A little bit later, we're going to try to organize a class for like maybe 10 or 12 people with a woman she's a senior contributor to Forbes.com on the subject of negotiation. So to talk about, like salary negotiation and that kind of thing when you're kind of deep into a job search. So we're trying to like build up a little bit of a kind of a training program that's outside the structure of the cohorts and the teams that everyone can take advantage of. And that'll be a way to kind of stay connected to Collab Lab in the future. We're going to pay for this because we're officially a nonprofit now, so we can actually go out and raise some money. So that's like
heck yeah,
a long time coming. So we're really excited about that. Like, just get that stupid bank account open. But anyway, it's another topic. And then we're just talking about how to scale up Collab Lab next year. So, right now it's kind of tied to the capacity that we have to sort of run everything. But there's a model. If you've ever done a startup weekend, and if you haven't done a startup weekend, you should do a startup weekend because they're really fun and really good learning experiences. And you all have plenty of skills to go and like be superstars at a startup weekend. But their model is that anybody around the world can do a startup weekend as long as they sort of stay within some guidelines. One of the guidelines is you have to have been a participant in a startup weekend before, and then you can kind of organize one. And then they want, they have a bunch of guidelines and stuff. And if you follow the guidelines, you get the benefit of their branding and like they help kind of promote it and do all those things. So if we could maybe do something like that with Collab Lab, where people, as long as if you've been a mentor, you could actually kind of start your own like group, like regional group or something. And maybe that's a way to like kind of scale it out. So we don't have to be the ones doing everything. We would just provide structure and encouragement and stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully next year we're going to kind of see this start to grow. But I like how we've kind of rolled it out and been kind of kept it small and kind of tried to build it up slowly so that we understand what works and what doesn't work and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's sort of the plan.
Yeah, I think like our intentional like finding our footing in a very intentional way sets you up to scale better because you know what's going to help you succeed and what won't.
Yep.
Amazing. All of those things. Okay.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Andrew, for you, I know that in October, as you just mentioned, that you guys are scaling in Africa and Europe. Do we have any plans for, or do you guys have any plans for scaling like beyond that, like Southeast Asia, or like?
South Asia, East Asia, like a sort of APAC kind of region. Like I would love to do that. It's like the limiting factor is mentors mostly. So we happen to have lined up some mentors. They're mostly like there's like 2 mentors in the UK and 1 in Spain. So we have that time zone range covered. I would love most of the people outside of North American time zones who've applied have actually been mostly from India and Bangladesh and places. So I would love to run a cohort over there, but we don't have any mentors over there yet.
I see. It makes sense because earlier in the program, I really enjoyed doing this, and I was thinking like, how can I, like how can we have something similar back? I'm from Pakistan, so like how can we have something similar back in Pakistan? And I was thinking, and then I just saw that this is expanding to Europe and Africa. So like if there's a plan of doing that, that would be super amazing. I know there are a lot of specifically I'm like really interested in having the girls back in Pakistan code, and there are like a lot of girls who actually code. And I also coded like for 3 years, but this program was really helpful. So that's why in my head I just had this question that if that's something you're looking forward to, or you're thinking,
Yeah, for sure. So if you know people there who could be mentors, just put them in touch with me. We'd love to have a cohort over there. Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome. Yes.
Thank you.
Adrian.
How are we on time and with our call? Do we have another call that's trying to overlap with us?
I have one, but it'll be fine. It's
okay, cool.
It'll be fine.
Because to both Shazia and Andrew's point about scaling up, Django Girls program is a really good model to check out because Django Girls model provides open source curriculum that's hosted at djangogirls.org for teaching women programming through building an app. And that is a program that anyone can take and then do a local instance. So that's how I was able to do an Atlanta Girls workshop. So that would be a good model to look at as you're scaling up if you haven't already. In terms of the card, I just wanted to say I'm here for you. I know some of y'all have appreciated my pep talks, so I am here for you if you want to hear more of them. I hold tech companies accountable, and so if you ever have something that an interaction or an experience that doesn't feel right to you, I am happy to talk to you about it. I am happy to help you feel empowered and to figure out a way to speak back to that experience in a way that honors who you are and what you value and what you want. I am afraid of no boss. So if you ever need to talk about that, I am here for you to help you be the boss that you are and can be and deserve to be. I also love writing and documentation. So if you ever want me to proofread anything, copywriting, that sort of thing, I'm happy to read anything you've written, help you with your resume, that sort of thing. So I'm here for you. That's all I wanted to say.
That's amazing.
Oh,
wow, what an offer.
Amazing. I was still screen sharing. I'm sorry you all had to watch me send that message. Anyway, okay, Stacy, more TCL improvements and growth and scaling and things, all the things, so many things. Andrew said all of them, it's great. Next, I'll be mentoring TCL 9 in the August cohort with Eve, and Scott is our assistant mentor, which is a new position that I'm really excited about, and getting ready for our first European African cohort in October. Lots of things. Okay, I'm stopping my screen share. And as always, fully here to support you all in anything you need help with. Reach out, let us know, stay a part of the community in Slack, pop into the August 2020 cohort channel if you want to share some thoughts on things they're saying or questions they have. You have the answers. You've done it. You're one of us, just as much as So I want to see you all around. I want to be here for you. what else? So many things. It's really hard for me to
Mhm.
hang up on these calls.
I know.
I'm gonna drag this out.
No, you really were all amazing. It's so fun to work with you and get to know you. And I think we're all connected on LinkedIn at this point. But if you're in your job searches and everything, if you see somebody in my network and you want me to introduce you or whatever, I'm happy to do that. Amplify Shajia when you get to your writing, your articles, amplify those things on Twitter or whatever. I'm happy to do that. Like any way that we can help. So.
Love
Thank you,
it.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, with that,
You're great.
it is goodbye just for now because I will be seeing you around everywhere. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna end this
I'll
meeting,
see
Stacey, and you can
everyone
start it.
soon.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I love you
All right.
all.
Thanks, Luca.
Great
See you later.
work. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Ali.
Bye.
Thanks, Adrian.
Bye.